Hi, Pancho. Hi, viewers. Hello, Mr. Vintage Bogdan. What are you doing here? Just come to investigate, see what you're doing. Oh, you've been buying crap again, haven't you? Oh, yes. Definitely crap. Oh, are you doing a wild finds video? I am, yeah. Oh, can I do an introduction theme? Can I do an introduction theme? Can I? What? Bummer waffle? Yeah. The wild finds. Please, let me do it. Okay, I suppose so. Yeah, alright. Let's do this. Yeah.
Wild finds, wild finds, wild finds, wild finds, wild finds.
Welcome back to part 2 of my June wild finds. So this is stuff that I found out in the wild from charity shops, fish shops, Carboot sales, flea markets, antique shops, stuff like that. I don't pay a lot, it's just a little bit of fun, nostalgia, all that sort of things, little things that bring a smile to my face. So these are things that I found at the Carboot sale or flea market, wherever you want to call it. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about the about the item and how much I paid for it. So we have one of the most iconic toys of the 1980s, the Rubiks Cube, and I guarantee every home in the 80s would have had one of those, or knew someone that had one, particularly at Christmas time. Your auntie or your uncle, your brother playing with it, and not be able to do it, because I could never do them. So this is a 1981 Rubiks Cube, made by Ideal. So it's still in this box. Quite good condition. Yeah. Rubiks Cube. Yeah. I can never do them, but can't get any more 80s than that, can you? That's going to look awesome in the cabinet. I found that in the rummage box and it cost me £1. Awesome find. Okay, so the next find was this Galaxy Warriors figure. It's called Hux. A bootleg He-Man figure, released by Sungold back in the mid-80s. Still got a shield. Paintwork is really nice. Only cost me £1, and it'll be a great addition to my He-Man collection. Yeah, bootleg He-Man figures is quite an expensive line to go down. But like I said before in part 1, if I see him cheap enough, I'll pick him up because they're awesome looking things. So those types of bootleg He-Man figures in the 80s. There was Muscle Warriors, Galaxy Fighters, Galaxy Heroes. There's all sorts. So next we have some FisherPrice Adventure People items. So we got a motorbike here. This was released in 1975. Paintwork still pretty good. Look at the silver on that. I can still see the numbers. This was £1 at the car boot. I found it on the table, and I found the FisherPrice Adventure People figure, racing driver, in a rummage box for 50p. I always pick up Adventure People when I see them. They're a lovely toy line. This is a quirky little find. It's a car, and it's also a padlock, and it's also a pullback car. So this is a 1986 Road Champs Lockers motorised padlock car. Don't know if you remember these. I do vaguely remember seeing them when I was a child. So yeah, this cost me 50p. Actually, my son spotted it. Says, "All day, look at this." So yeah, that's a good little find by him, and a really worthy addition to the collection. So it's got the code for the lock there. So 628. So if we put it in, flip one of these, it's locked, and when you put the right code in, opens, evens. So there we go. So the lock and mechanism still works. It's actually missing its tyres. However, I did find some tyres off a car at the panel shop the other day, and they fit on just nicely. yeah, so there you go, Road Champs padlock car. If you own one of them or seen them before, put in a comment below. Next we have a G1 Transformer. It's one of the later G1 series. It's from 1991, or 1990. It's a Turbo Master, and it's called a Hurricane. It's obviously missing a bit that goes here, but I found this in a box of diecast cars. Always look at the box of diecast. You never know what you might find. These don't get clean, very dirty, but this cost me £1. I thought, yeah, that's pretty cool. I love that. Okay, so next we have this dinosaur figure. It's called a Stichosaurus from the Dino Riders line, made by Tyco in 1987. I've never come across a Dino Riders toy before, and wild. Yeah, they're a beautiful toy line, and when this guy's all kitted out with all the suit and armour and the figure, it's a cool looking thing, so I am going to keep my eyes out on eBay and whatnot for a complete one in the future, because they're a lovely toy line. But I found this Rubiks box and it was 20p, so yeah, I thought I've got to have that. Yeah. So up we have next these Fantasy Warriors jigsaws made by Arrow Puzzles in 1982. So in the early 80s, mid 80s, fantasy films were at their height. We got, you know, Conan the Barbarian, the Sword and the Sorceress, loads of, you know, warriors, dragons, beasts, fantasies, women scantily dressed in hardly next to nothing, wielding swords and sorceries and stuff like that. And these puzzles are depicting art from, you know, that sort of thing. So got this one here. I mean, look at the artwork on that. That's pretty cool. Fantasy warriors. Yeah, very 80s, very fantasy of that time. But that's really cool. And that jigsaw cost me 25p. And on the same store from the same lady, got this other one here. Box a little bit battered, but look at the artwork on that. That's awesome. That was also 25p. So on the subject of 1980s fantasy art and film and cartoon, here we have a 1984 Dinosaur depicting a three-headed dragon. These plastic moulded dinosaurs were huge in the 70s and 80s, and they also did fantasy creatures as well. This is a three-headed dinosaur, and they're aptly known as Dinosaurs. They're quite collectible, very popular. Yeah, this guy cost me £2.50. It was a bargain as well, check for that. Yeah. So this last item is a very English item. So when I was younger, in junior school, high school, we quite often go to trips to museums here in England, and yeah, on the way out you'd go to the gift shop and you'd normally buy some sort of random gift or something to take home with you. And yeah, I remember buying little tiny soldiers, and this is a Roman soldier set, and I've actually had a couple of these when I was a kid. When I saw these in a rummage box at the market, I thought, ah, wow, I remember these. So for £1 I bought this box. Yeah, if you remember getting these type of things, put a comment below, tell me if you remember them, because I had right flashbacks of high school trips to the museum. See, Romans, a gift from English heritage. So what we got here, we got a gladiator, Praetorian legionary ensign, and an infantry officer. Yeah, still in the box. Box has seen better days, but this was in a rubbish box, and it cost me £1. So there you go, all my wild finds from June 2022. A right mixed bag, I think you'll agree. Some cool stuff though. Pleased what I found. So if you like the video, click the like button, subscribe to the channel, make some comments. Comments are always appreciated. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in another video. Bye bye.